if you're gonna be able to capture it, but look. Okay, so that's that. This is going to the positive. This is gonna feed the distribution block. You guys might be asking, why did I use 2 bolts there when I could have just bent it over and down and just keep it as one single piece. I just installed the alternator. It's a perfect fit. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be about the F150 Big Red. I'm going to get started on the electrical system upgrade. Right now it's Friday. I just came back from work, and what I'm going to do is I am going to take the truck out for a spin. I'm going to drive it around, and I'll show you how much the voltage drops once all the lighting is on, my rock lights, my wheel lights, and then I'll show you how much it goes down, the voltage goes down when the base hits. And hopefully you're gonna be able to see all my lighting, how much they dim every time the base hits. Right now I'm going to take the cover off, and it's almost time to get it out and show you what the truck does right now. This is gonna be part 1, most likely. I'm gonna do as much as I can tomorrow morning. I'm gonna start early in the morning. I'm gonna start working on everything I showed you on the previous video. It's a lot, so I'm gonna do as much as I can. I would like to do it all in one video, but that video is gonna be way too long. So this is the beginning of part 1 of Big Red's electrical system upgrade. All right, so let's get it off. Let's get the cover off, and then as soon as it gets dark, we're gonna take it for a spin, and then I'll show you what the truck does before the electrical system upgrade. All right, so let's do that. All right, guys, it's already dark, and I'm gonna give you a demo of the truck, what it does when I turn the base up and when I turn all my lights on. I think the alternator, or a combination of alternator and batteries, are really weak, because I'm gonna show you my voltage meter here on the on my amps bass knob. All the Down for Sound bass controllers, they have a volt meter, and I'm gonna show you what it looks like now with just the truck is idling right now, and I just have the headlights on and my dome lights on. So I'm gonna show you what it looks like now, and then I'm gonna roll the windows up. The windows are down now. I'm gonna roll the windows up, and just by rolling the windows up, you can see that the voltage drops. So take a look. So right now, not sure if you can see it, it's 14.3 right now. I'm gonna roll the windows up and take a look at the voltage. Just give me 1 second so you can see it better. Okay, right there, 14.3. Now, did you see that? It dropped down to 12.7 just with the fan, the cooling fan in the behind the radiator. Just by turning the fan on, it dropped down to 12.6. No music, no bass, no lights, nothing. So it's really weak. Now I'm gonna roll the windows up, and it's gonna drop even more. Look. $12.3, $12.4, $12.2. All right, so that's that. Now I'm gonna play a little bit of music. Of course, it's gonna be non-copyrighted music, so just bear with me here, okay? And I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna turn the bass up a little, and then you can see how much it drops. It's scary. It goes down to 11s. So here it goes. No bass right now. I'm gonna add the bass now. As you guys saw that, guys, it dropped down below 12, so that's in the danger zone. I don't want to damage anything else. So last thing I'm gonna do here is I'm going to turn it up again. I'm gonna show you the rock lights, and then you see what you're gonna see what I mean when the lights dim a lot. It's very bad. So I'm gonna turn off the dome lights here. I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna turn the wheel lights on, and then I'll show you, okay? So just give me 1 second here. So I'm gonna turn it up now. Okay. So as you can see, both of these, my switches are on. So look at that. It's the lights are on. Now I'm gonna turn the bass up a little so you can see how bad it looks. Okay. Not sure if you're gonna be able to capture it, but look. Oh, it's really bad, guys. Look. I'm not sure if the camera is capturing this, but all right, I'm gonna turn it down. I don't want to damage anything. Oh, it went down to 10. Look. It was down to 10 right now. Right now it's 12.1. 12.2, 12, 11. All right, that's enough. All right, guys, I hope you guys were able to capture that, and that's very bad. It almost went down to 10, high 10s. So that's why we're doing the upgrade starting tomorrow morning. Okay, so I will see you guys in the morning when we start tearing this baby apart and putting in all the new components. Hopefully, after that, I'm not gonna have any more problems, and I'm gonna be able to play my bass and turn my lights on without any problems. Let's get this going and start working on it in the morning. All right, we have a lot to do. All right, guys, so we're gonna get started with the air intake first. I'm gonna remove this out of the way, that way I can get to the alternator. So that's what we're gonna do first. We're gonna get alternator out, and then we're gonna move on to the battery. We're gonna remove the battery and start fabbing up something to hold the distribution block on this side, and then I will start replacing or adding more grounds onto the bay area here. So that's gonna be the first thing we're gonna do, and we're gonna do as much as we can today before it gets really hot. Yesterday I think it was 114 degrees out here. I don't want to be working out here in that condition, in that weather, because it's horrible. All right, so let's get started. Taking this out first so I can gain access to my alternator. that right there out of the way. Okay, I'm gonna get a piece of rag or something to plug that intake there. I don't want any dirt or anything in here, so I'm gonna plug it up with this. All right, so that's that. Next thing is the battery. I want to get the battery out of here. All right, I'm gonna cut off this zip tie there, and then I also need to remove this right here. Okay, so let me get a wire cutters. The wire cutters for this, and then I'm gonna remove that bolt holding down the battery. All right, let me cut this out of the way, because I'm sure I'm gonna move things around here. So that's out of the way. And yeah, the Bay Area is super dirty, as you guys can see. That's because I haven't driven this truck a lot, and there's been a lot of dust storms here, so it sucks. But I'll give it a bath as soon as I can here. So this is what's holding down the battery here. Not sure if that's supposed to be there or not, but let's see. Huh, that's weird. Maybe, I don't know. I'm just gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna put this away. I'm gonna get the battery out now, and then start figuring things out with the new battery. Oh, okay. All right, guys, the battery is out. I need to figure out a way to reconnect all these new cables and wires to the new battery, to the new AGM battery. So I have a battery terminal, not a battery terminal, a battery post that goes screwed on to the top of the AGM battery. I need to know if I can use that. If I can use that to reconnect the positive terminal to the battery, to the new battery, that's great. That's gonna save me a lot of time, because I don't have to figure out a way to reconnect all these wires. This is going to my amp, and then all of these are going to the alternator, the truck's distribution block here, and you name it. If I can get that working, I don't have to build anything to hold a distribution block for all this. So I'll be right back. Let me bring the I'm gonna clean this up a little bit. I'll bring the other battery in here, and I'm gonna test it out. Okay, so I'll be right back. All right, guys, the battery, it's in. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to use these battery posts. I thought I was gonna be able to use these two, but the threads are different. These are fine threads onto the battery, and looks like these are just coarse threads. So I'm not gonna be able to use this on top here to make this work. That would have been great, and then I would have just had to run my power wire to the back and, you know, do the rest of the wiring here. But unfortunately, this is not gonna work. All right, so the next option is gonna be add this distribution block here. I'm gonna add it. I'm gonna put it here on the side somehow, That way I can run all my wires from here to here, and then the main power goes from the battery to the distribution block here somewhere. All right, so let me think about what I can come up with to make this work, and I'll be right back. All right guys, I think I figured it out. I think I know how I'm gonna make this work on the positive side. The negative side, I'm gonna figure that out as soon as I'm done with the positive side. So this is gonna be the distribution block I'm gonna be using to reconnect all the positive wires here, all the cables. And what I will do is I already removed the terminal from here. I just have all the bare wires to give me an idea what I want to do, and this is what I came up with. I think it's gonna work. I have aluminum flat stock. You know, I love to use that stuff, and it's very handy to build and prefab brackets, 90s, or any type of mounts. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna prefab or bend 2 pieces of aluminum flat stock I have sitting on the table over there, and I'm gonna be mounting this distribution block right here on next to the battery on the battery tray, and it's gonna go something like this. Okay, so it's gonna go something like that. All right, and what I will do is I'm gonna start with a positive from the battery. The positive is going to run a 0 gauge from here. I'm going to rope it around this way. It's going to go on this one, on this lug, on this bolt or screw, whatever. It's going to go here, and then after that I'm going to attach these stock wires to the very first one, which is going to be, let me get this out of the way. So it's gonna be like this. Okay, so this one here, these 2 are gonna go on to this one right there. Okay, something like so, like that. Okay, so picture this: battery to the second one, these 2 to the first one, and then these other stock 12-volt wire here is gonna go on to this one, here. So we already taken up the first 3. All right, so we're gonna have 3 left. The next two are gonna go to the alternator. Okay, because this is where I have the alternator going to right now, and I'm gonna need that. So this is gonna be for the alternator. These next 2 are gonna go to the alternator. And the last one is going to be to feed the other distribution block here, the SMD distribution block, which is going to feed the amps back there. I'm only using one side of this distribution block with a fuse, but of course I'm going to be using two fuses and 2 0 gauge runs to the back. And this one here, like I mentioned, this is going to the alternator now, but it's going to be removed. It's going to be replaced from here to here. So basically I'm going to be using all of these available locations here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I think this is going to work. So let me give it a shot and see if I can make this work. I'm going to go and bend and prefab the aluminum stock as a 90, what I need here. I'm going to mount the distribution block here, and then we're going to start wiring up this baby here. All right, so I'll be right back. All right, so this is where I'm at now. Like I mentioned, I went ahead and cut me a pieces of flat stock, aluminum flat stock, and I bent it, and I made myself couple mounts high enough to clear the battery over here. So if I grab one of this, I'm going to put it on top of that, and then it's going to clear my battery there. So that's that. It's pretty sturdy. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and start putting together all my wires. I'm gonna finish up with my positives first, and then I'm gonna figure out my negatives. Once I'm done with the negatives, I'm going to continue with the alternator. Alright, so stay tuned for another update. I'm done hooking up all my positive wires. I'm gonna give you a quick rundown on how I did it. Alright, so starting here at the battery, I ran a 0 gauge lead to the distribution block here, and then I hooked up all my factory wiring onto the last one here, the last stud, and then I relocated this bracket here, or this I don't know what you want to call this, like support for the wires. It was on this side of the bracket, and I just pushed it on the onto the other side. That way I didn't have to extend the original wiring. Okay, so that's that. This is going to the positive. This is gonna feed the distribution block. This one here is another one that feeds the some equipment on the truck, so that one goes right there. And I installed it, it's not straight coming out of the distribution block, as you can see, because I don't want this wire to be rubbing against the water hose here, the radiator hose. Okay, now the next two are gonna be my 0 gauge coming from the alternator. I already ran them all the way to the alternator. That's the old alternator that's gonna be coming out right now. The next one is gonna be the feed to the distribution block, going to the amps to the back. I ran 2 leads. One, I'm gonna put another fuse here when I'm ready for that, and then this is gonna be one 0 gauge run to the back. I still need to run that. This is gonna be the second one here. It goes out and around, and it feeds this side. I already have a fuse. This is what I was running before. I also have this one here running to the back. So 2 leads, 2 0 gauge leads going to the back, 2 0 gauge leads feeding. They're gonna feed the distribution block. Now, what else am I missing? Yep, that's it. That's where we are at now. And the cover for this distribution block goes like that, just like that. Okay, so there you guys have it. That's that. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start working on my negatives. Okay, I have all my negatives down here somewhere here. This is one negative here. Okay, this is the terminal for my negatives. This is going to the block. I'm gonna run a new one, a new ground to the frame of the truck right there, because this is like 8 gauge ground going to the frames, the frame of the truck right there. So I'm gonna upgrade that. I'm gonna cut this right here, and then I'm gonna rewire all this, and I'm gonna see if I need to add more grounds. I'm sure I'm gonna need another ground from the new alternator to the engine block, but that's gonna be after I install the new alternator. For now, let's get going on the ground distribution block or something. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do to be able to connect all my grounds here. Not sure what I'm gonna be doing as far as hooking up all the grounds here. I might add another distribution block like this. Not sure. We'll see. I'll think about something, and I'll bring you guys back out here when I'm done with the ground. Alright guys, so I am done with my grounds. I'm gonna give you a rundown how I install all my grounds. Okay, so starting here at the negative post on the battery, I used a flat bar, aluminum flat bar, as a bus bar. Okay, it comes out of the negative and then it goes down and over this way. The last one here, it's from the battery terminal. All I did was shaved off or cut out the battery terminal, and I used I was able to use this piece here without getting it without cutting it or installing another copper lug. I was able to use the same a piece of the battery terminal. Okay, so that's the one going to the truck. This is the original, and then from here I was able to keep the original ground, and I brought it all the way to the original location here. I also brought another 4-gauge ground from the same location and brought it over and around and under the battery distribution block. I went underneath and I connected it down there. Okay, and the third one is, this one's going to the block, to the engines block. This is part of the big three. Okay, now you guys might be asking, why did I use 2 bolts there when I could have just bent it over and down and just keep it as one single piece? The thing is that this truck remains, who is here? So this truck remains parked for days and sometimes weeks, and I don't drive it as much. And a battery tender or a charger, I don't think that's gonna be a need for me for now. I think disconnecting it from here, isolating the battery completely, that's what's gonna work for me. It's just these 2 bolts. I take this part of the bus bar off and isolates the battery. And the reason why I don't have the reason why I didn't go with a 12-volt isolator is because I have 2 batteries. I have the lithium and I have the AGM, so I would need to have 2 battery isolators. I don't think I'm gonna need that for now. I'm just gonna leave it as is, and if I have any issues or any problems with what I installed, then I might go a different route. But for now, this is all I did as far as the grounds go. One last thing I'm gonna do today is get rid of the alternator. I want to pull the alternator out of there and drop in the other one. Okay, so once I'm done pulling the alternator out and then putting the other one in, I'm gonna bring you guys out here again so you can see the very last part of this part 1 video. So let's do it. Let's get this alternator out. I just installed the alternator. It's a perfect fit. I didn't have to do any mods or any adjustments. It fits perfect. The plug fits perfect. The casing seems like it's the original casing. Everything fits amazingly. I added another ground from the bottom all the way to here where I have the rest of the grounds, and then I added this distribution block here. These 2 are gonna go to the battery here, and then this one here is the original from the truck. Everything's good. Now I have to get me a shorter belt. Everything is done under the hood. The next video is going to be about the rest of the truck inside. I'm going to run the second 0-gauge lead inside the truck, and then I'm going to be removing the old battery under behind the seat, and then I'm going to install the new lithium battery back there, and then I'm going to run new grounds, new power lines, new 12-volt 0-gauge all over. I hope you guys like the video. This is gonna be part 1 of 2. I'm gonna finish this build on the second video. is just too much for one day. The video was gonna be way too long if I continue working and recording. So I'm gonna leave the rest of this install for the next video. If you guys like what you saw so far, please like, share, subscribe, and give it a thumbs up. I will see you guys on the next one when we finish this install, and then we're gonna give it a test. Hopefully we are good and we don't have any more dimming problem and no voltage drop problem. See you guys later.